Okay, hello, we're going to be looking at limits. This is like the third time of doing this. So, a limit, it's like an x value approaching another x value from the left and also from the right. And we would be approaching a certain value on the graph. So this is a one-sided limit. For a one-sided limit, let's try the example lim of x 4 x minus 4 in the numerator and square root of x minus 2 in the denominator. And if we usually just plug this in here for x, but if we do that, we get something over 0, which we can't do. So we're going to do something called L'Hopital's rule, where it's taking the derivative of the top and the derivative of the bottom, and just making that, we'd get 1 over 1/2 square root of x. This is actually in the denominator of, so it'd be like right there. Okay, so when we simplify this, we get 2 x, and now we could plug in that 4, and we would get 4 as our answer. We also have limits to infinity, notated by something like that. It could be positive or negative infinity as well. An example of this would be limit of x to infinity, 8 cosine to 7x. Now in this one, if we look at this part here, the 2 7x, we know this 7x would be multiplied. This x would become infinity, so that's like 2 over a very big number in the denominator. That means it's going to get really small, so basically 0. So now we have 8 cosine 0. Cosine of 0 is 1, so this equals 8, or 1 times 8, same thing, which equals to 8. And also for some functions such as 3x squared over 7x squared to infinity, this limit to infinity here, we have the same degree, and so this limit would be 3/7. If it was the opposite, where the top degree was bigger, such as let's say we had x squared, the top, and just x right here, this limit would not exist. Whereas something like we had regular x at the top and x squared at the bottom to infinity, we would have that limit to equal 0. And we also have these special rules when taking the limit to 0, such as we have the sine x of x limit as x approaches 0, that's going to equal 1. And also the limit of x approaching 0 when function is something like 1 cos x over x, that's going to equal 0. So that's how you do limits. There's also some operations with limits, like dividing the two limits and stuff like that. That's just what it sounds like. If you're adding the two functions, then you'd add the two limits. And that's about it for limits. Please watch other videos for review. This is a really quick one. And have a good day and take care.